This is a stimulus update and daily news report. Got some major update to share with you. Senate has just worked overnight on that big stimulus reconciliation package, and Bernie Sanders tried to sneak in a few different stimulus provisions, including child tax credits, which got shot down. So Senate has worked throughout the night. Start at 11 p.m. on Saturday night and even through 8 in the morning on Sunday morning, and they're only halfway done with their whole process. I'll give you the latest of what's going on with that. Some experts are predicting more money coming if a recession is announced, and the jobs report was pretty good, and there's new $125 payments that have just been announced, and I'll give you some other more important updates as well. Hope you're having a wonderful weekend. If you appreciate the fact-based, fast-paced updates, hit the like button down below. So senators working through marathon series of amendment votes, a key step ahead of passing Democrats' sweeping health and climate bills. So they have worked throughout the night. So day breaks over Capitol Hill with marathon vote-a-rama barely halfway over. So this last update was at 7 a.m. And so they started their whole vote-a-rama on amendments to the Democrat social spending bill tax bill started after 11 p.m. Saturday night last night, and at they're on the 19th amendment as of 7:04 a.m. Sunday morning, which means they started at 11, took their time, I guess, during the day, and thought they were going to start earlier, and they're still working on it now. I'm filming this 8 in the morning on Sunday morning. Excuse me. And they are still working on it, which is pretty crazy to think about. And Bernie Sanders tried to sneak in some child tax credit amendment, but it got failed. It got pushed back. So basically, this whole vote-a-rama is there's a big bill that is there, and basically every senator could submit amendments in it, and it gets voted in or it gets voted out. And so basically that's the whole process now. So Sanders' child tax credit amendment will bring this bill down, Democrat senator says. Come on, Bernie. So basically, Senator Bernie Sanders' efforts to pass amendments to Democrat social tax spending bill came to a head Sunday when Senator Sherrod Brown warned one of the Sanders provisions would kill the legislation. Basically, Bernie Sanders said this is the wealthiest nation on earth. We should not have the highest rate of childhood poverty of almost any country. Touting that the results of the child tax credit, almost 40% reduction of childhood poverty from the American Rescue Plan, but the Democrats, out of concern any changes could cause someone in their razor-thin majority to oppose the bill, are generally voting against all amendments that could change it. Senator Sherrod Brown of Ohio warned before the vote that if Sanders' amendment passed, it could tank the whole effort. Senator Sanders is right. The child tax credit is one of the most important things this body did. He said, I asked my colleagues to vote no because this will bring the bill down. That's according to Democrat Senator Sherrod Brown. And another Democrat saying, we could lose the underlying bill. And Bernie Sanders says, if I could ask my friend from Ohio, why would passage of this amendment or getting 48 votes on this amendment bring the overall bill down? Sanders shot back after Bannon and Brown's comments. We know that this is a fragile arrangement and we've got to pass it. So there's kind of like a back and forth going on. So basically, that child tax credit amendment failed 99-1, and his other three amendments failed 98-1, 99-1, and 97-3. So looks like it's just Democrats are just trying to get this bill done so they could say they got something done. Take a look at this video clip right here giving more updates.
Democrats, as we said, they're pulling that all-nighter. So is Manu. They move closer to final passage of their sweeping climate and health care bill.
Right now, senators are nearing their 8th straight hour of considering amendments in a so-called vote-a-rama. Sounds like a festival. It really isn't. That marathon process began when the Senate voted to advance the bill. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says it will help struggling Americans.
This is one of the most comprehensive and impactful bills Congress has seen in decades. For families struggling to pay the bills, for seniors struggling to pay for medication, for kids struggling with asthma. This bill is for them.
Republican Senator Lindsey Graham blasted the legislation, saying it will hurt Americans already coping with sky-high inflation.
So you're the same people that told us if we passed American Rescue Plan, all would be well. We're at 9.1% inflation. You're increasing gas taxes. Now you want to expand Medicare. This is going to hurt the American people. Stop the madness. Vote no.
So the bill, known as the Inflation Reduction Act, includes nearly $370 billion to fight climate change. It also allows Medicare to negotiate some drug prices, caps Medicare out-of-pocket costs at $2,000, and extends Affordable Care Act subsidies. Also, it imposes a 15% minimum corporate tax on the largest U.S. companies.
CNN Chief Congressional Correspondent Manu Raju rejoins us, still looking fresh.
Still looking good.
Annoyingly so. Manu, look, I'm not going to ask you the question that everybody on Capitol Hill hates, which is when is the Senate going to finish this today? But I do want to know how is the process playing out right now? And is there anything you see that could derail what seems to be a pretty straight line Democrats have in the Senate right now?
Nothing is going to derail this, but everyone hates asking that question, but I'm actually asking that question to pretty much every senator that I see, and I've just had a chance to talk to a bunch as they've been milling around the Senate chamber. No one has any estimate, because under the rules of the Senate, you can offer as many amendments as you want, go as long as you want, to try to change, scuttle, derail parts of this bill because of the procedure Democrats are employing here, which is trying to pass this along straight party lines through the budget process. That cannot be filibustered, but this is why this is so significant, because Democrats, if they keep their caucus totally in line, they can get this through. But because they've used this process, under the rules of the Senate, any senator can offer any amendment they want. There is no time limit. A bunch of senators just told me several hours to go, 4 to 5 hours at least. John Thune, the number 2 Republican, told me 19 more amendment votes, and each amendment vote could take 20 minutes or so, if not longer, and then they can get to final passage. But ultimately, Democrats are in line of achieving a significant win for their party after more than a year of internal party wrangling. They have managed to fend off Republican attempts to change the bill, whether it's to go after the new IRS agents that would be hired to enforce tax laws, go after immigration, on energy issues. A whole range of Republican efforts have fallen short here because Democrats have stayed united in trying to keep this bill forward that would allow Medicare for the first time the power to negotiate prescription drug prices, also impose a 15% corporate minimum tax, extend the Affordable Care Act subsidies for 3 years. Significant issues, but one significant issue will come up later today, I'm told by John Thune, is that the Republicans plan to go after the $35 cap on insulin that has been a key part of this package that Democrats have put forward. Under the rules of the Senate, Republicans are likely to succeed in that endeavor. Democrats have essentially dared Republicans to try to strip out that measure, expecting them to get some backlash at the polls if they do just that. But Thune indicated to me they do plan to go ahead here. But nevertheless, the ultimate outcome seems not in doubt at the moment, which is Democrats passing this bill sometime today, but who knows when.
Who knows when, but the process is moving slowly along. I'm supposed to ask you, Manu, about the timeline in terms of once the Senate passes this bill, when it would go to the House. But can you also talk about what it looks like behind the scenes? Does it look like a scene out of a zombie movie or not?
Actually, senators seem surprisingly in good spirits. The last time they did this overnight session, which was last year sometime, the senators were looking like zombies at that point. They were sitting in their chairs or falling asleep. Everyone was bleary-eyed. It looked like, coming off a red-eye flight. Here is much different. It feels like happy hour in some ways. Senators are up chit-chatting. They're standing around. They're talking. And that's actually why votes have taken some time, because they're not sitting in their seats and voting. People are leaving the chamber, coming back. I just talked to Mark Kelly, the senator from Arizona, who told me he's not sleeping at all. He's not even having coffee. He said no coffee, no sleep. He said just walking around, that's what's keeping him awake. But still, this will pass today. And you asked about the House. They're going to come back on Friday, pass it. And the House is a much different process. They don't have this long vote-a-rama process. In fact, the leadership will deny any efforts to offer amendments on the House side. They will pass this bill likely intact, possibly getting out of the chamber by the end of this week and sending it to Joe Biden's desk.
So it looks like the Senate still going through this process, halfway done. They work through the night. It might not even be done until maybe Monday morning. And then it's still not done. The reconciliation process still takes a while. There's other steps to it. So Sanders' RIPS Inflation Reduction Act says it will have minimal impact on inflation. So you heard Lindsey Graham there, Republican against it, even Bernie Sanders. So Bernie Sanders said this: according to Congressional Budget Office and other economic organizations that have studied this bill, it will have minimal impact on inflation. Bernie Sanders wants to have more provisions in it, more specifically more stimulus provisions in it, and more things to help out the American people, similar to what was in it originally during the Build Back Better. Bernie Sanders is saying, hey, let's bring back all the stimulus provisions and give that to the American people, basically saying that this bill is not enough. But let me know your thoughts. Do you agree, disagree? Should they go through with this bill? Should they amend it to add more stuff to it? Let me know your thoughts. When it comes to the overall economy, payrolls increased 528,000 in July, much better than expected and a sign of strength for jobs market. So more jobs added, better than expected. So payrolls rose 528,000 for the month, and the unemployment rate was 3.5%, easily topping the Dow Jones estimate of 258,000 and 3.6% respectively. So more than double, which is pretty good. Wage growth also surged as average hourly earnings jumped 0.5% for the month and 5.2% from a year ago. So it looks like the jobs market is pretty good, but what about the whole recession thing? Are we in a recession? For stimulus check update, why a recession could mean money is coming? So it seems that the government is playing games because they are not saying that we are in a recession, because maybe if they knew that we were in a recession, there would have to be more stimulus checks distributed out. So recession could prompt fresh round of stimulus checks. Following third and final round of federal stimulus checks delivered on the American Rescue Plan, there has been much discussion about the possibility of a fourth round of federal stimulus. So in terms of stimulus because of the economy before and inflation, seems like that wasn't enough. But now that there is a recession, official or unofficial, could mean that experts are saying that there could be more stimulus checks, since there's been more, since stimulus checks have been common policy in the past during times of economic recession, and predicted that they would likely be part of a federal response to the next recession. So 2001 recession, 2008 recession, there were stimulus checks then. If there's a 2022 or maybe even 2023 recession, there could be stimulus checks added then as well. Although at this moment, it seems like Democrats have their hands full and don't want to add any more complications before they get the bill done. Maybe once this bill, the Inflation Reduction Act, is done, then maybe they could add more stimulus checks, stimulus provisions, things like that. But it seems like they are hyper-focused on just getting this Inflation Reduction Act done, and then maybe there'll be more after. For example, President Biden with his executive actions on student loan forgiveness, there could be the Social Security raise, and maybe even potential stimulus checks, especially right before the midterm elections. So I'll keep you updated on that. In terms of new money going out, thousands of Americans to receive new $125 direct payment ahead of school year next month. How to apply for cash. So this is for eligible teachers and staff in Georgia. They'll receive a second $125 back to school supply supplement. So basically, this is going to childcare teachers and select staff members, as well as family childcare and learning home providers who work to provide instructional and supportive services directly to students on a daily basis. So they are eligible for $125, the money will be sent by October 31st. So yeah, looks like teachers and assistants, and so hopefully more aid could be given out to more people, and not just teachers or families or people with kids. Hopefully it could go out to more people as well. I'll keep you updated on that, and that is all the news that I have for you today to hopefully cheer you up a bit. Here's my daughter Bella's tip of the day.
Hi guys, so my name is Bella. This is the tip of the day. If you make a mistake, then it's okay. You learn from your mistake, it makes you a better person. So it's okay. It's okay. We still love you. We like you a lot. Bye.
Thank you so much for watching. If you want to watch more of Bella's tips of the day and check out her channel, highly recommend clicking right up here. I have a link to Bella's channel where we're just putting all the tips of the days and other little things, to share about Bella if you want to see more Bella content. So you could click, excuse me, right up here, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, be safe. Thank you for watching.